guys, welcome back. Today we're doing something a little different, something that I got away from doing and I miss, which is screwing around in Body Shop. I don't know, like, it's really fun for me to make Sims, but I also am a perfectionist, and so when I can't get something perfect, it really bothers me, but I wanted to start creating Sims again, especially because I have like a long list of Sims to make, mostly just interesting faces that I would like to try and see if I can sculpt. Today we're actually working on Arsinoe IV, who is Cleopatra, yes, that Cleopatra's sister. It's dicey exactly what might have happened to her. Pretty sure she got murdered outside of a temple, which is highly frowned upon by her sister. Well, not full-on murdered by her sister, but assassinated by her sister. I don't know. I've watched a couple documentaries on her, and Egypt isn't really one of my special interests in terms of history these days, but it was probably the first historical period that I was really interested in, which I think most kids go through that Egypt phase. I read a book called The Egypt Game, and yeah, from there I was very obsessed. In class we built a pyramid out of sugar cubes, and my pharaoh was a tiny Buzz Lightyear figurine because that's what I had. But yeah, so Egypt, not my special interest, but has a special place in my heart. And I thought she had a really sweet face. I'm gonna pop in a picture of her. This is a facial reconstruction that I found of her online. I will credit where I got this from because I don't want anybody to possibly find this and sue me, but I was basically focused on this. I really liked her eyes because they seemed, instead of tilted up, they were almost tilted down. They were really round as well, and like the corners almost go up a little bit, but they're very hooded and very deep set almost. Her nose was so hard. I'm still ultimately not satisfied with her nose, and I also struggled a lot with just her face shape in general because a lot of facial reconstructions I've found are just doughy is the word I'm gonna choose. I don't know if it's because of the program that's used or what, but their faces seem a little bit doughy, a little bit round and undefined, especially like cheek area. Like you'll get a jaw, but just like the cheek area, it's very odd. And so I struggled because it looks like she had some cheekbones on her, but like also not. And the quarter profile versus the dead-on straight profile, just, it seemed like a different face. I know it's not, but I struggled a lot. So you're gonna see me just like fiddling, and then I'll change something, and then I'll go back. I also didn't have the right kind of eyebrows for her, because I needed a longer tail, but like I liked the front part of this eyebrow. I ended up changing it to one that felt suited a little bit better, but I still don't have the right brows for her, but that's just a matter of not having the right CC, so I do my best. This is me kind of check it out from the side a little bit, because I really only had the two photos to go off of, and I wanted her face to be a little asymmetrical in places just because actual human faces are that way, and I like making my Sims a little bit off in that manner. So her nose I also tilts just a little bit, just little details that it's almost imperceptible, but I know it's there and it makes me very happy. Her nose, God, you're gonna see me struggle so much because it looked like it has like almost like a bulby sort of end to it, but at the same time when you look at it from the side, like or from the front dead on, it's almost like it's upturned, but then like from the side it's downturned-ish. I think it's just a trick of the program, the way the lighting maybe is. I tried to do a mix of both though, so it's a little bit downturned but still has that like front profile right. I'm not 100% happy with it, but I'm going with it. I honestly don't really do much with the Sims that I create. I put them up for download, but Adiran has so many Sims already that it's very rare that I use them. I did use my Natalie Dormer and Boleyn for my Hartman family, just because I needed a stand-in mom for the kids that I was creating, and why not? Why not? And they actually got a lot of her kind of asymmetrical features, which made me really, really happy, especially the mouth. think that mouth needed to be in my neighborhood. I'm curious if it's just going to infect all families and future generations, but who knows how far I'm going to get into Deeren before this one blows up. Very positive. Feeling very positive this beginning of the new year. I'm actually recording this voiceover on New Year's Day, technically. It's 12:53 a.m. I didn't have anything to do in the new year. I planned on sleeping because it's been raining a lot and my bones hurt, but my dog is absolutely petrified of the fireworks, and I gave her Benadryl because my vet said I can give her Benadryl. Didn't really do much, so mostly I was just comforting my sad dog, and I was like, why don't I record some voiceovers for things that I'm doing? And I actually made this sim today, because one of my simming goals is I want to build at least 15 lots this year. I'm starting slow because my main goal is to finish at least one round of a Deeren, and I've got so many households that I don't want to add a bunch of like building and sim creation goals on top of that. But I think 15's a reasonable number. I know I've got some lots I need to build for a Deeren, so I can definitely do that there. And in terms of sim creation, I picked 15 as well. So that's not a lot of pressure. I've got a lot more, and I've already got ideas for them. It's not like I have to come up with, okay, who do I want to create? Like, I've had this one written down for a while, and I had the references saved because I thought she had an interesting face, and I really love historical facial reconstructions. I think they need way more credit, and they deserve more credit than they get, because they're just incredible. Are they accurate? Probably not, but they're close, and it takes a lot of skill to do. You can see me changing the brows here. I'm fidgeting so much. And then her mouth, in the facial reconstruction, it poofed out a bit underneath her lip. Almost the equivalent that I can think of off the top of my head as someone who spent 10 years in Montana is like chewing tobacco when somebody has it in their lip in the front, like it bulges out a little bit. And I knew I had like a facial defining thing that I could get that, but I was trying to get her lip to do that as well. I wanted to start peeking at the hairs just because hair also helps you tweak the face sometimes. I didn't go with the hair that they used in the facial reconstruction because it's just boring, straight, flat down the back, but something close. Like, this is still pretty close. It's a lot longer and it's swept to the side, but it keeps to the spirit of what she was. You can see me fiddling with the nose, trying to make it bulbier, but also not, and I have so many sliders now, half the time I don't even know what they do. I'm like, wait a minute, what does this do? What does this do? Is this gonna get me what I want? Like, the struggle was so real. And then I was like, maybe I'll use a nose mask. Maybe that will get me the final desired look. And I do end up using a nose mask, and I'm pretty happy with it, but oh, this is me going, oh yeah, I have that wibbly chin bit. So I use that kind of facial feature thing to get the mouth right. Yeah, I don't think there's too much here. I am gonna struggle with clothes, like, so much, because I don't have Egyptian clothing in my game. I don't. It's just nothing that I've really downloaded, and I was hoping I'd have something similar. And what I ultimately went with is I'm just like, forget it. Most of the documentaries that I've watched put her in just something flowy and white, and it didn't have any basis in historical accuracy either. So why do I have to limit myself to that? I am not going to go on a downloading spree for Egyptian clothing for one sim. So the one she's in now is what she actually ends up being in, but still being a nitpicky perfectionist, I was going through trying to find just like anything that looked like what I had seen her in a couple different documentaries, which I was also trying to remember because I didn't watch them recently. This was 6 or 7 months ago where I watched one of them, and then I watched another one like 3 months ago. I watch a lot of random YouTube documentaries, especially when I'm not doing anything else, but like sewing and I need to be distracted. Sewing or playing video games or what have you. So yeah, this is me trying to find like something white but Egyptian-ish, and I don't have it. I don't have that CC. And yes, I know it probably exists out there, but I wasn't gonna find it. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep going through dresses, but I'm pretty much done for now. If you guys have any like requests for Sims or lots, or honestly really anything that you'd like to see me explore, definitely leave those down below. I'm really open to suggestions. I'm a pretty flexible person. It's always interesting to take on new challenges. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and leave you here. Thank you so much for joining me. Comments, opinions, suggestions, what have you down below if you would so choose. And I will see you in the next one.